Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. ISB calls are out for the round 1 applicants. There are a lot of our students who are right now preparing for their interviews. Now, if you got a call and you are interested in knowing what are the type of questions which ISB asks, what are those questions which you can prepare well for, or would they ask you about your academics, or they would ask you about your currics, extra currics, or there would be questions around your work experience, then watch this video till the end and we'll try to answer most of your questions. So if you got a call from ISB, then your interview would be happening in one of the hotel in your city. Like for Delhi, it would be Taj or Maurya. Similarly, in different cities, the interviews happen in various hotels. Normally, the calls come around 7 to 10 days before the interview date. So you get that 7 to 10 days time to prepare for interviews. Now, who would be there taking your interviews? So largely you would have alumni of ISB who would be taking your interviews. Most of the times there are 2 panelists. Sometimes you have 3 panelists in the panel. So you would arrive at the hotel, you will wait for your turn for interview. Normally they give you slots in which your interviews will happen. Sometimes there could be a possibility that you will have to wait for 15-20 minutes before your interview starts, but largely they run it on time. What you should expect in an interview. So first of all, ISB interview is very different from the other B school interviews in India. So whether it's IIMs or whether it's other private colleges, their interviews could be aligned to general knowledge questions or what's happening in the world. Largely, ISB interviews are candidate driven. So they will ask you first introduction question, which is tell me something about yourself. You can prepare an answer for that. And basis your answer, they will ask you further questions. Let's say you introduce yourself as someone who has a 3.5-4 years of experience in consulting. You are working with McKinsey. You have done your graduation from IIT Delhi. You belong to a place called Dehradun. Now they have 2-3 different avenues to ask you questions from. They can ask you about your work around consulting. They could also ask you few questions around your engineering. They could also ask you about what you want to do in future, what would be your career goal. Over the last 8 to 10 years since we are preparing students for ISB interviews, we have seen that the interview revolves around your overall story. Where you are today, what you want to achieve in life, your career goal, and how ISB MBA gonna help you with that. Let's say you come from a consulting background and you want to further move up in the hierarchy, and that's why you're joining ISB. So they will end up asking you questions around consulting. They will also ask you questions around why MBA, why at this point, and why from ISB. Now, if your answer is not very convincing for them, then you might face some grilling questions that why you want to do an MBA and why ISB categorically. So one thing which I always tell all my mentees, that you should be very, very clear about why MBA, and you should also be very clear about why you have chosen ISB for it. Now, don't choose ISB just because it's the top college in the world. You should have relevant reasons behind it. It could be around the curriculum, it could be around the subjects, it could be about the faculty members, it could be about the societies, clubs in the college where you want to contribute. It could be around that you want to get into consulting, and ISB is one of the best when it comes to consulting education. So you have to think about those solutions. So you have to think about those answers. You should be very sure around these. Then there could be some questions which could be around your hobby, but those questions are largely the aesthetics. Majorly, your entire interview would revolve around your story. Now, as the ISB calls are out, and if you want us to help you with your interviews by taking some mock interviews for you, or let's say the people who are applying to round 2, round 3 deadlines, if you want us to work with you for your applications, you can click on the link in the description and our student advisor will get in touch with you. And even if you are someone who is contemplating about applying to ISB and you want us to review your profile, you can also click in the link and fill a form, and we'll get back to you there. If you want us to create a video around interview preparation for ISB, please leave a comment. And if you like our content, please do subscribe and do share with your friends who are preparing for ISB or MBA in India or abroad, or whom you think in future would be applying. Through our channel, we try to put together the enablers which can help you in applying to different colleges.